You just got a raise, maybe even doubled your income. So why does your bank account still feel empty? Why are you still stressed about money? Here's the uncomfortable truth. Making more money doesn't solve the money problem. And today, I'm going to show you exactly why that is, and more importantly, what you can do about it. Before we dive in, let me tell you why I'm so passionate about this topic. I've seen it happen over and over again. People work incredibly hard to increase their income. They finally get there, and then they're shocked when nothing really changes. The stress is still there, the anxiety is still there. Sometimes it's even worse. And that's because we've been sold a lie about money. Let me paint a picture. 5 years ago, you were making $50,000 a year. You thought, if I could just make $75,000, I'd be set. All my problems would be solved. Fast forward to today, you're making $100,000, maybe more. But somehow you're not any happier. You might even be more stressed than before. This is called the hedonic treadmill, and it's one of the most powerful forces in personal finance. Here's how it works. When you get a raise, you feel amazing for about 3 months. Then something sneaky happens. Your lifestyle expands to match your income. You upgrade your apartment, you buy a nicer car, you start eating out more. Those little luxuries become necessities. Suddenly you're spending everything you make, just like before. Except now, the stakes are higher. You have more to lose. More bills, more commitments, more pressure. This is lifestyle inflation, and it's why making more money often feels like running faster on the same treadmill. And here's what makes this so insidious. It happens gradually. You don't wake up one day and decide to blow all your money. It's a slow creep. First, you upgrade your coffee from home brewed to Starbucks every morning. That's just $12 a day, right? Then you move to a nicer apartment because you can finally afford it. Then you finance a better car because, well, you deserve it after all that hard work. Each decision seems reasonable in isolation, but add them all up, and suddenly your expenses have grown to match your income. You're back to living paycheck to paycheck, just at a higher income level. The fancy term for this is lifestyle creep, and it's one of the biggest obstacles to building real wealth. The crazy part? Research shows that people making $300,000 a year often feel just as financially stressed as people making $75,000. The numbers are bigger, but the feeling is the same. Because no matter how much you make, if you spend it all, you're still broke. But there's another layer to this. It's not just about what you spend. It's about who you're comparing yourself to. When you made $50,000, you compared yourself to other people making $50,000. Now that you make $100,000, you're suddenly comparing yourself to people making $200,000 or $500,000. Your coworker just bought a Tesla. Your friend from college is posting vacation photos from the Maldives. Your neighbor renovated their entire kitchen, and suddenly, your nice life doesn't feel so nice anymore. You feel behind, like you're not doing enough, not earning enough, not successful enough. This is called social comparison, and it's a trap that keeps moving. No matter how much you make, there's always someone making more. Always someone with a bigger house, a fancier car, a better vacation. The finish line keeps moving further away. And social media has made this so much worse. We're not just comparing ourselves to our neighbors anymore. We're comparing ourselves to millions of people online, most of whom are only showing their best moments. You see someone's luxury vacation, but you don't see their credit card debt. You see their new car, but you don't see their empty savings account. The comparison game is rigged from the start. You're comparing your full reality, including all your struggles and doubts, to everyone else's carefully curated highlight reel. It's like comparing your blooper reel to their movie trailer. You'll always come up short. And here's the kicker. Even when you do achieve something impressive, the satisfaction is temporary. You buy the nice car, and for a week you feel amazing. Then you see someone with a nicer car, and suddenly yours doesn't feel special anymore. The goalpost moves, again. So here's the real question. What is enough? Most people never answer this question. They just keep chasing more. More money, more stuff, more status. But more is not a number. It's a moving target that you'll never hit. The psychology behind this is fascinating. Our brains are wired for survival, not satisfaction. Thousands of years ago, wanting more kept us alive. More food meant we wouldn't starve. More resources meant we could survive the winter. But in today's world, this same instinct keeps us perpetually unsatisfied. Here's what researchers have found. Once you hit a certain income threshold, around $75,000 to $90,000 depending on where you live, more money has diminishing returns on happiness. Sure, going from $30,000 to $70,000 makes a huge difference, but going from $100,000 to $200,000, the happiness boost is surprisingly small. The problem isn't the money. The problem is that we never define what enough looks like for us. Without that definition, we're just chasing a feeling that always stays just out of reach. Think about it this way. If you don't know what the target is, how will you know when you've hit it? Most people are shooting arrows in the dark, hoping they'll eventually feel satisfied. But satisfaction doesn't come from hitting an undefined target. It comes from consciously deciding what's important to you and then living in alignment with that decision. This is why some people making $60,000 a year feel wealthy, while others making $500,000 feel broke. It's not about the absolute number. It's about the relationship between what you have, what you need, and what you think you should have. When those three things are aligned, you feel content. When they're misaligned, you feel stressed, no matter how much money you make. All right, so how do we break this cycle? How do we get off the treadmill? Let me give you 5 practical strategies that actually work. First, define your enough number. Sit down and actually calculate what a comfortable life costs for you. Not what Instagram says you need, not what your friends have. What do you actually need to feel secure and content? Write it down. Make it specific. Second, automate your savings before lifestyle inflation kicks in. When you get a raise, immediately increase your automatic transfers to savings and investments. If you never see the money, you won't spend it. This is how you actually build wealth instead of just looking wealthy. Third, practice gratitude for what you already have. I know this sounds cheesy, but research shows it works. Spend 5 minutes each day acknowledging what's already good in your life. This rewires your brain away from constant wanting. Fourth, curate your social media. Unfollow accounts that make you feel inadequate. Stop comparing your behind the scenes to everyone else's highlight reel. Comparison is the thief of joy, and social media is comparison on steroids. Fifth, invest in experiences and relationships, not just things. Studies consistently show that experiences bring more lasting happiness than material possessions. That dinner with friends will make you happier than a new watch. That trip will create memories that last longer than a new car. Let me give you a bonus strategy that ties everything together. Build in friction for big purchases. Before buying anything over a certain amount, say $500, wait 72 hours. Write down why you want it. If you still want it after 3 days and it fits within your enough number, go for it. But you'll be surprised how many purchases lose their appeal when you give yourself time to think. The goal isn't to never spend money or never enjoy nice things. The goal is to spend intentionally on things that actually matter to you, rather than reflexively upgrading everything just because you can afford it. It's about being rich in the ways that count, not just looking rich to people who don't matter. Here's the bottom line. Making more money still feels like not enough because we're playing the wrong game. We're chasing a moving target without ever stopping to ask if we're running in the right direction. The real wealth isn't in your bank account. It's in knowing what enough looks like for you and having the discipline to stop there. It's in feeling content with what you have while still working toward meaningful goals. It's in breaking free from the comparison trap and defining success on your own terms. So I want you to ask yourself, what would enough look like for you? Not more, not someday, but enough. Write it down, get specific, and then build your life around that number, not around impressing people you don't even like. If this video helped you see money differently, hit that like button and subscribe for more content on building a life that actually feels good, not just looks good. And drop a comment below. What's your biggest challenge with feeling like you have enough? Let's talk about it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.